Welcome to channel Biology for Everyone. This is the part 4 under fungi. We have already discussed classification of fungi. Especially, we have discussed the Phycomycetes. Now, we discuss about Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and then Dictymycetes. The general features of Ascomycetes. Look here. First, about vegetative body, that is mycelium, which is separated unlike Phycomycetes. In Phycomycetes, we have seen that the vegetative body is aseptate, that is sinusoidal, that is it contains numerous nuclei and without any septa. But here septa possess. But about septa, there is a central pore. Look here, it is also septate hyphae and septa under Basidiomycetes. There is central pore. In case of Ascomycetes, this is septa and it possesses a central pore. This pore allows contents between the adjacent cells but not the nucleus, unlike Basidiomycetes. Whereas in case of Basidiomycetes, it is called dolichopore septum. Okay, but septum, that is mycelium, is absent in yeast. Most of the members possess mycelium, but in yeast there is no mycelium. Next, septa possess central pore, I told you, and communications and transport between adjacent cells. The functions of septum by central pore connects between the two adjacent cells to shift the contents from one to the adjacent cell. Next, motile structure do not occur in life cycle. There is no motile structure unlike Phycomycetes. In case of Phycomycetes, especially under Oomycetes, we have seen that juice pores, saprolegnia, juice pores, that is motile spore. But here and also in Basidiomycetes, there is no motile spores. Okay. Next, in majority of the cases, asexual reproduction occurs through formation of cornidia. Cornidia means non-motile spores, which are born on branched or unbranched hyphae. Branched hyphae means, example, penicillium. This is penicillium, branched hyphae, and this hyphae is called conidiophore. And in case of Aspergillus, it is unbranched hyphae. This is also called conidiophore. Unbranched hyphae. Okay. Next, female sex organ is ascogonium. Look here, this is ascogonium. Female sex organ, ascogonium. Plasmogamy occurs by means of gametangial contact. Plasmogamy means during sexual method of fungi. In my previous class, I have discussed that gametangial, plasmogamy, karyogamy, and meiosis. This is the three fundamental stages in thallophyte members. Look here, there is the diversity among the different organisms. But when we come about the sexual reproduction, there is a common feature, that is fertilization, pre-fertilization and post-fertilization. But here, post-fertilization is not developed. Here, the three common features, there is a plasmogamy, that is the fusion of the protoplast of two opposite strand thallus, and then karyogamy, that is fusion of nucleus, and then meiosis. So, plasmogamy occurs by means of, it may be gametangial contact, already discussed in previous lecture, that is example Pyrrhonema. Gametangial copulation, example is spermatization, example Ascobolus. Ascobolus is a dung fungi, coprophilous fungi. It develops on dung, horse dung, cow dung, etc. Or somatogamy, that is Sphaeria, which is called cup fungi, cup-like structure, cup fungi. Next, monokaryotic cell converts dikaryotic cell by Kuzier method. This hook-like structure, this Kuzier method or connection. Here, septa is formed just at the connection between the two adjacent cells before the new septa is formed, before the nucleus divided. When a monokaryotic cell becomes dikaryotic, look here, when the two monokaryotic cell comes in contact, they are contacting wall get dissolved and it becomes converted into dikaryotic. This dikaryotic cell, by closure method or clamp connection, they becomes converted into dikaryotic stage. But mind you, here dikaryotic stage is shortly, unlike basidomycetes. But here primary stage, that is monokaryotic stage, is dominant. Monokaryotic cell converts dikaryotic cell by closure method. Some dikaryotic cell acts as Asca's mother cell. Look here, when dikaryotic cell, any type of dikaryotic cell may convert into a satellite structure. Initially it is called Asca's mother cell, and finally it is called Ascus. Within the Ascus, this dikaryotic cell acts as Asca's mother cell and finally Ascus. It is the site of karyogamy and meiosis. That is, here within the Ascus, the nuclei of opposite strain, that is plus strain and minus strain nucleus, enters into the Ascus and there it gets fused, that is karyogamy. And after karyogamy, it immediately undergoes meiosis and forms 4 spores. The spores may be 4 or 8. Look here, 4 to 8 ascospores. These are called ascospores, as it is produced within the ascus. Ascospores formed on meiosis within each ascus. Endogenously, look here, these are produced endogenously, unlike conidia. Conidia is produced exogenously, directly on the conidiophore or on the stigmata. Here it is penicillium. The conidiophore is further branches into rami, then into medullae, then into stigmata or phaeolid, bottle cell structure, and on the bottle cell structure, that is phaeolid, there forms the conidia or conidiospores in bipedal manner. That is, smaller one towards the stigmata and larger one on it. So, and this total structure looks like broom, and it is called penicillus, total structure in case of penicillin. But in case of aspergillus, it directly arises on the tip of the conidiophore. Okay? By rupturing, then it may be 4 or 8 ascospores like penicillium, etc. Or in yeast, it is number of ascospores is 4. When ascus is formed, the adjoining hyphae from the surrounding mycelium, they wrap it profusely and ultimately form a flattened structure which is known as ascocarp. It may be a cup shape, that is apothecia. It may be flat shape, that is perithecia, etc. It may never be open, that is called Christothecium. Different type of ascocarp is formed finally. And after rupturing ascocarp, ascospores becomes free and on germination produce new mycelia, and in this way this accomplishes their sexual reproduction. But in monokaryotic hyphae, by mitotic cell division or fragmentation, it may multiply and produce new types. About basidomycetes. First, mycelium. It is also septate, and septa possess special type of pore, central pore, that is dolly pore septum. Dolly pore septum means around the pore there occurs a bracket-like structure, that is parenthosome. But this parenthosome or dolly pore septum is absent in rust and smart fungi. Rust means Puccinia graminis, which is responsible for rust disease of wheat, smart disease, smart Ustilago nuda, TTC, Ustilago medis, are responsible for smart disease of maize, means corn, etc. Next, mycelia, septate, dolipore, and uni or binucleate, that is monokaryotic or dikaryotic. Mycelia, of course, primary and secondary. Primary mycelia means contains monokaryotic cells and it is short-lived. Look here. But in case of ascomycetes, I have told that it is long-lived. But dikaryotic stage is short-lived. But here, dikaryotic stage is long-lived. and dominant phase of life cycle. Clamp connection, it is tubular relationship between two neighboring cells. It is used to change monokaryotic to dikaryotic. Here, crucial method is used to convert monokaryotic cell to dikaryotic cell. About here also, no asexual spores is present, motile asexual spores is present. About sexual reproduction,